Okay guys, so in this one we are going to set it up so we can actually edit some of our data, like the jobs and addresses. So to do that, we first need to make a form, and we will do new file, and we'll do it forms.py underneath the profiles. And we'll open up our models and our forms. So we want to import addresses and jobs. We can even import user picture as well. So from Django import forms, and then we'll do class. Actually, before we do that, we'll do from models import address, job, and user picture. Okay, so class address form, and this is going to be a model form, so forms model form, class meta model equals address. Cool. So we can copy this a couple times, paste it, and call it job form, and change that to job, and then user picture form, copy that one, paste it here, paste it there. Okay, cool. And then in views, we'll do def edit profile request, and edit profile. Let's actually start putting it into folders. We can move all of these over. We'll do that now too. So within our static, we'll go into templates, we'll make a new folder, call it profiles. Within profiles, we'll make a new file, call it edit profile. Oops. Rename it, make sure you have the .html extension on it. And then we're going to move over single and all. So single and all. Move those in there. Okay, cool. So within edit profile, we're going to do extends base.html. Okay, and then we'll do block content in block. And now in our view, we want to actually import these forms. So up here we'll do from forms import address form, job form, and user picture form. So we'll do address form equals address form, and then job form equals job form. Let's make sure this says form, and then user picture form equals user picture form. And we'll put in a request post or none for now. Okay. And then in edit profile, we're going to copy each one of these, and we'll do as paragraph. So I'll put them in separate rows. And copy that a couple more times. And job form. And this is user picture form. And make sure that as underscore p does not have a space there. Okay, so now we need to edit our URLs for it. And we can go into here. We're just going to copy this one, put it under here, and change it to edit profile views dot edit profile, and we can call this edit profile. All right, so back in here we'll just go to edit, and cool, so we see the different things showing up, which is pretty awesome. There's 3 different distinct forms. It looks similar to like what we need, but we actually already have information here, so we can set it up that those already have an instance. So the way we're going to do that is, well, first off we need to get our user, so we'll do user equals request dot user. Okay, and now we need to get an instance of each one. So from our models, we're going to have to import all of our models. Import address, job, and user picture. So address equals address.models.objects.get user equals user. And then here we'll put instance equals address. Go back in here, refresh. Oops. Not dot models, just dot objects. Okay, so then it shows the instance. Of course, you have to be logged in to do this. If you're not logged in, then we go back into edit. It's going to throw an error, which we'll fix that later. So make sure you're logged in. Okay, so then once you're logged in, you can go in here and you'll see that you can actually edit it. Cool, so that's a good start for that. And then with our instances for the other ones, we can do that exact thing, and we will do job.objects.get user equals user, and again instance equals to job. And we can do the last thing for as well for user picture, so we'll just call it picture user picture dot objects dot get user equals user, and then the instance equals to picture. Save that, we go back in here, do a refresh, and everything comes through. Okay, so now we need to make sure that we are saving these, but beforehand, because there's 3 different forms, we want to actually set a prefix for each one. And this is so when we actually go to save it, it doesn't really confuse everything. So what we're going to do is if address form is valid and job form is valid and user picture form is valid, then we're going to save them. So we'll do form1 equals address form.save, and then we'll do commit equals false, form1.save, form2 equals job form.save, commit equals false, form2.save, and form3 equals user picture form dot save, commit equals false. Of course, it's actually this user picture form, not that one. Okay, and then form3 dot save. Okay. So, of course, if we were doing one, we wouldn't have to do the prefix, and we wouldn't have all these others as well. You would just have if that's valid, then we'll do that. Okay, cool. So back into edit profile, the template, we need to actually add the form. So we'll do method equaling to post, and action is going to the same spot. And we'll put that form tag at the end. We need the CSRF token. And then we'll do input class button success, and we'll do type equals submit and value equals update. Okay, go back into here and just open that up. Now we have update down here, which looks good. So we can change some of our stuff, just some of our things here, and then hit update. Oops, false is not defined. Let's go back in here, commit capitalized false, do a refresh, and we can do the form resubmission if we wanted. So if we do some changes there, notice it says California, and then California is still the same. So it saved all of those files, and if we go back into our profile, we'll have to change the name of the person. So let's change it to like Los Angeles. Update that, and Los Angeles. Cool. So that saves it, and it works for the request user, as you see. So the next thing we want to do is the images, is actually set up the images, because if we test out uploading an image here, it's not actually going to upload. So just going to do this one for now. If we do that, it's not actually going to change the image, and that's because of how we have it set up. So in the next one, we will set it up so it can actually change the image. And more importantly, we're going to actually change the forms so it's not one single form, because when we go to edit, we have multiple jobs and multiple addresses. It doesn't make sense to only have one form for that. It makes more sense to have additional forms and all that. So we'll actually separate that out, but maybe keep just the user picture to change in the edit area. So we'll have to edit that or update that in the next video. So we'll see you then.